Hey everyone, how's it going? It's your boy Skilled Fawn, and today we're diving into a special challenge run. We're tackling Bakugan Battle Brawlers, a game released in late 2009 for the DS, Wii, PS2, PS3, and 360. Based on the hit TV show Bakugan, this era of TV was packed with card game shows like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Chaotic, and Pokemon. As a kid, I was hooked on Yu-Gi-Oh! And Bakugan. I was just 8 years old when this game dropped, and I had a blast playing it back then. Today I'm revisiting it with a twist, our very own Nuzlocke challenge. Before we jump in, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more content. Without further ado, let's get into the rules. This is a Nuzlocke Run. If I lose a match, I must permanently retire the defeated Bakugans. Losing a match means losing 3 battles, as each match consists of 3 rounds or battles. If that happens, all 3 Bakugans used in the match are gone. Gate cards and ability cards don't impact the Nuzlocke aspect, only Bakugans are affected. Once a Bakugan is lost, it's gone for good. No replacing it with a different attribute version. For example, if I lose a fire gargoyle, I can't switch to a water gargoyle next. To complete the challenge, I must beat the entire game. Glitches and or exploits are allowed, so watch me cheese some things. Before starting, I did a practice run to refamiliarize myself with the mechanics. I'll be playing on the Nintendo Wii, so you might notice the cursor moving around or glitching occasionally. For those unfamiliar with the game or in need of a refresher, here's a quick breakdown of how Bakugan Battle Brawlers works. At the start of the match, players place gate cards on the field. These act as battlegrounds for Bakugans. Each player has 3 Bakugans, and the goal is to collect 3 gate cards by winning battles. When Bakugans meet on a gate card, a battle begins. This consists of 3 phases. First is the gate card phase. This is where bonuses or penalties from the card are applied. Second is the ability phase. Players can use ability cards to gain advantages or hinder opponents. Lastly, the battle phase. This is where Bakugans with the highest power wins, and they usually have to complete some sort of minigame. Players can roam the arena to collect power-ups, which add an extra layer of strategy. These power-ups range from damage fields that hurt enemy Bakugans to confusion effects that mess with visibility. And I do have to say that the visibility one really only affects me. The AI just cruises right through and will just, collect whatever. Bakugans come in various attributes like Ventus, Wind, or Darkus, which is darkness, which can influence battles depending on the arena. For example, a Subterra Earth Bakugan gets bonuses in the Subterra arena. Alright, with that quick crash course out of the way, let's dive into the run. We start by creating a new save and choosing our attribute. I went with Darkus because it has some unique advantages, which we will see later, and minimal downsides. After a few tutorial battles, we meet Leonidas, a Bakugan born from the Doom dimension, who becomes our partner. Eventually, we reach our first true test, which is the Aqua Supreme Tag Team Tournament. This is a 2v2 battle with players taking turns going. This is one of the cooler arenas in my opinion, and the soundtrack just goes so hard. One strategy I decided to go with was that whichever arena I was in for a tournament, I would get a Bakugan of that attribute. Since we were in the Aquos Water Arena, I got a Bakugan with that attribute. The reasoning for this was that the attributes play a role during the minigames that play during a battle. If the player is boosted, then they will receive more power upon doing well, and the opposite can be said if the player is the opposing attribute. In this case, it would be fire-related monsters. We go through the various tag team duels, defeating each one and getting better through each encounter. The last tag team match consists of us against 2 harder opponents. One solely uses Aquos Bakugans, so he has a massive home field advantage. Most opponents in this game have a special Bakugan of their own, similar to how we have Leonidas. For Marucho, it is Preus, Runo has Tigrera, and Den has Dragonoid. Basically, these Bakugans are the ones that we will have to watch out for. Making sure we stock up each time we battle, collecting effects, power boosters, and bonuses, we defeat each battle one at a time. Ultimately, we become the Aquos Tag Team Tournament champion and receive a large sum of money as a reward. After the tournament, I headed to the card shop to prepare myself for the upcoming matches. Buying new Bakugans, gate cards, and ability cards can be done here. The player is also able to upgrade their Bakugans. Bakugans have various stats such as movement speed and endurance that can be upgraded. Even their raw power levels can be boosted. The Subterra arena was a solo battle royale with no teammates, and it didn't go well. This arena's open sides made it super easy to fall off, costing me turn after turn, dear god. On top of that, a tough Subterra opponent wiped me out, ending the run. The next day, I started over with a new save and a revised strategy. This time, I brought 2 Bakugans of the arena's attribute alongside Leonidas, compared to before where I was just doing 1. I also avoided unnecessary risks with power-ups. Replaying the tag team tournament, we once again emerged victorious and returned to the Subterra arena. During the first match of the tournament, I decided to use the strongest Bakugan I had first, and thankfully I did. This was because that tough AI that was a run ender last time put his strongest on the field too. Thankfully we beat the first battle and received our first ticket. The next turn I had really wanted to go ham with the bonuses, though looking back on the run it probably would have been safer not to, so that's what I did. Collecting a bunch of extra power and even a power booster for the battle minigames. Soon thereafter though, a different AI challenged us, and well, it was a Ventus type Bakugan. Since we're using Subterra Bakugan, we get the home field advantage, and so this particular battle I wasn't worried about losing. During my next turn, I decided to go ham once again, and this time it yielded also favorable results, this time with a power swap bonus. With it in hand, we ended up winning the first match, and a close win at that. If you enjoyed challenge runs and other gaming content, check out the videos on the channel and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I also have another channel called Skilled Fawn VODs where I post daily streams and highlights. Thank you guys for your amazing support, and let's get back to the video. Getting to the last match of the Subterra tournament, we quickly and easily dispatched of all of them. At the end, a cutscene plays. After some time, one of the 2 main bad guys of the game shows himself and challenges us to a duel, and this guy's pretty laughable. Marduk and his Bakugan Vladitor have come to enslave the Bakugan population. In the next tournament, once the final opponent has been defeated, the second bad guy shows himself, Masquerade and his Hydronoid Bakugan. It's funny because what I remember from the show is that Masquerade is that chick in the store Atlas. Maybe I'm misremembering, so let me know down below. These 2 bad guys' AI are at a harder difficulty level than the opponents we've played thus far, so these guys definitely made me work for the win during the battles. Ultimately, they don't stand a chance. Blazing through the Pyrus Arena tournament, we defeat Dan and the other opponents. By this point in the game, the AI is tuned to medium to hard difficulty, so things have gotten much more challenging. Eventually, we reach the final tournament, the Ultimate Battle Tournament. Here we face off against the best of the best. This takes place within the Chaos Light realm, so we unfortunately have a negative when we use Leonidas. Coming thus far, we have fully upgraded our Bakugans, and I believe to have the best of the best cards to use. Marduk, the main antagonist of the game, is the final opponent. Using everything we've learned so far, we use it against him for one last battle. It was a tough one, but we ended up doing it. We won! Wait, what's going on? We didn't? That was my reaction when I did my replay through. The arena gets converted to the darkest attribute. This was one of the main reasons I decided to go with that attribute at the beginning, because this final battle is easily the hardest in the whole game. Let me explain the final battle. Each player has only 1 Bakugan. Players take turns placing down a gate card. The first player to get 3 gate cards is the winner. Double stands are not allowed. I ended up making a mistake and lost my first turn. It did end up working out though, because Battle Axe Vladitor has this unique ability that siphons power from other Bakugans when it stands. One thing I found that the AI does each time is never go for the extra power and bonuses. So I made sure each time to really go out of my way to overpower myself. It didn't help that the most banger soundtrack is playing in the background, and I had that stuck in my head for days afterwards. When we reach our first battle, funnily enough, myself and the opponent use all of our ability cards, absolutely overpowering the heck out of our monsters. I did end up losing a battle since the AI was going berserk, clicking all the icons, getting a ton of power. Though we lost the battle, the war is far from over. Going back for 2 more battles, we eventually claimed victory over Marduk. This has been Bakugan Nuzlocke. We managed to not lose a match and not lose any Bakugans. It did take a couple of tries to complete, but we managed it. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it interesting. This typically isn't something that I post, so I'm curious to hear the feedback. Do you like it when I try games or challenges like this? Or should I stick to more Soulsborne games? Though this game was fun to play through again, I have to say it was pretty damn repetitive and boring at times. Still, it was a fun blast to the past. If you would like to watch the full streams for this challenge and other ones, check out the second channel below. Like most other videos, there's so much content that it's hard to fit all in one video, so I implore you to check it out if you're curious. Thank you for coming and watching the video. Try to do something kind for someone today, whether it's a small or large gesture. This is your boy Skilled Fawn, and I'm out.